The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of 25 Days of Christmas, an Advent podcast where we watch a Christmas movie or special every day until December 25th. I'm Patricia, and I'm here with my sister Carlene.
Hello everyone.
Today we're going to be taking a look into The Year Without a Santa Claus, a 1974 stop-motion animated Christmas special produced by Rankin. So this is our third time we're talking about a Rankin special. The first time we did it was with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and the second time was with Frosty the Snowman. So we want to give a special thanks to Home 9 Dog 2 Blue for the request of us talking about The Year Without a Santa Claus, because they love the Snow Miser and Heat Miser songs, calling it instant classics.
Interesting.
So, yes, let's talk about it. It starts off the day after Thanksgiving, but not before Christmas, where Santa wakes up with a cold and wants to take a holiday because he thinks that nobody cares about him. And so Mrs. Claus convinces two elves by the name of Jingle and Jangle to travel down to see if anybody has any Christmas spirit.
Travel down to a town.
Yes.
Called, what is it, South End?
Southtown.
Southtown.
South End, I think, is a little bit lower.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, so they meet up with a young boy named Iggy, who at first tells them that the kids don't care about Santa Claus because they're too old for Santa Claus, and that's none of their business if Santa wants to take a holiday or not. But along the way, when Santa realizes that Jingle and Jangle are down on Earth with the youngest of the reindeer Vixen...
Down on Earth? I think the North Pole is on Earth, Patty.
Yes. I guess I forgot that Santa's not an alien from another planet.
Well, have they done that spin yet?
Oh, yes, it's called Santa Claus Conquers, I think it was like Santa Claus versus the Martians or something like that.
I literally just saw a new Netflix movie or series or something that had, like, it was an alien.
Yes,
I haven't watched it, but I just saw the image.
Yes, it is called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is a 1964 science fiction comedy film, which is really, really bad, actually.
No, but I mean, like, I think there's a 2022, like, new alien, I think it's called, like, Xmas or something.
What?
Like, yeah, Netflix. Maybe we'll check it out and see.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I am genuinely curious. I need to see this Santa Claus with aliens. Anyway, so moving on.
So he travels from the North Pole, which is here on Earth.
And not on planet Jupiter, to Southtown. And he then meets up with Iggy, and he then convinces him that there is a Santa Claus. And then eventually Iggy helps out Jingle and Jangle with trying to free off Vixen from the dog pound. And then eventually they come up with the idea of asking Mrs. Claus for some additional help involving with having snow fall down for the first time in Southtown, but then they have to go over to the Miser brothers so that they can be able to convince one another to switch off different weather changes. And then at the end of the movie, Santa realizes that a lot of people do care about him and that they would miss him around Christmas. And then he decides that he's no longer going to take a holiday. He's going to do Christmas as planned. Mm-hmm. So this came out about 10 years after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and you can definitely tell because the stop motion in this is definitely improved over Rudolph. It's definitely a lot more smoother than it was in Rudolph, and the doll animatronics look a lot more refined, and the effects look actually a lot more polished up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. The effects are really nice. I do like stop motion. I think some of my favorite stop motions though are the clay that we were talking about. I really enjoy the clay stop motion.
Yeah.
But in general, that stylistic approach I enjoy. You could tell though that obviously this was a very old film.
Yes.
But
yeah, when you're talking about like stop motion, I think that an example that has come about in recent years is Leica, with films such as Coraline and Paranorman and Box Trolls, where their stop motion is a lot more refined. And then there's also Aardman, which is known for their Wallace and Gromit shorts. And again, theirs is a lot more refined because they use clay as opposed to using dolls. Yeah. But stop motion is one of our favorite forms of animation. And I think that looking at the earlier parts of stop motion in this special, I think it's done pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's done pretty well.
So yeah, let's talk about the things that we liked about this special.
Okay, I liked that they kind of give a different spin to Santa. I think maybe this is because I'm now like watching these movies with intention or purpose, that I'm kind of recognizing that Santa is depicted very different in each. But like a lot of times when you are growing up or whatever, you just have an idea that Santa's always jolly, he's always happy, there's always X, Y, and Z. So when you see a Santa who's a little bit grouchier, or when you see a Santa like this one who's like he's just tired and exhausted, and me and Patty were saying maybe he needs,
yeah, he definitely needs that time off.
He needs a little bit of a break.
Yeah, well, where's that AARP for the supernatural creatures?
So yeah, we did notice that like he definitely could have benefited from taking a little bit of vacation. Maybe a vacation in August or July is better than right during the holiday season.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of nice to see like a Santa that was like a little more, well, I mean, it's, even though stop motion, they're trying to depict him a little more realistic, which is someone who can actually be tired and fatigued and a little bit downcast, feeling like, no one really cares and he puts so much effort and work, and why should he continue? Like, things can go on without him. Yeah. So I liked that element. I liked that you get to see Mrs. Claus. A lot of movies, sometimes you don't get to see her. Yeah. I liked the stop motion aspect of it. The story was it's fine. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's like a wow kind of storyline, but it's okay. It's nice enough. Yeah. And the music. The music. Yeah, like the music and the visuals are pretty good. Those are probably my top parts of this movie.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, including the person who requested it, said that the Miser brothers were the highlight for them.
I think they were interesting characters. I did enjoy having them, but I think that they were the right amount. I think if it was a little more, then it wouldn't have been my favorite. They weren't my favorite characters, but it was interesting. I did like the concept of the each of them and how they like divide, territories, and one is pushing for heat and one is pushing for cold. Yeah. And, the Mother Nature concept was interesting too, and like how she kind of, tries to find the balance between the both of them. Yeah.
The Miser brothers became so popular that they eventually got their own spin-off special about 40 years later.
And I think that's one I think we've watched and we've enjoyed too.
Yeah, I think it came out like around 2008 or 2009 or something.
Maybe we need to revisit that one.
Yeah, well, I think we should revisit that one. Yeah, because it's been a long time since we've seen it. Yeah, so I think that...
Yeah, what were your takeaways, your enjoyable parts?
Well, I mentioned this many times before, and I even mentioned this several years ago, that out of all the Rankin Bass Christmas specials, and I mentioned before, there are 19 of them, this is my favorite.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Oh, several reasons. One, because it does have that relatability that Santa is very tired and he would feel unappreciated. Yeah. I mean, there was another special from Rankin Bass called Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which we have seen before. It's about the origins of Santa Claus, and it's about him getting his start from being Kris Kringle and getting trained up by the Kringles and going over to Somber Town and making the children happy. So I kind of like see that as a continuation because they're both voiced by the same person, Mickey Rooney, as Santa. And I kind of see like, okay, with Santa Claus is Coming to Town, you have him getting his start and having this journey of becoming the Santa Claus that we would know. And then like decades later, when he's in his really old age, he's sick, he's tired, he feels unappreciative. The world has become much more jaded. So I kind of see like a parallels that anybody can relate to. It's like, we do something, we feel like people don't appreciate us, and we're like, you know what? I need to focus on me now. I need a holiday.
So something about it feels more real to you, like this, like seems realistic.
Absolutely. And also another thing, I also do enjoy the Miser Brothers. They're just long enough.
I think so too. Yeah.
And also I really do enjoy that aspect of people finding that Christmas spirit that they've long since have lost and been able to gain again. I really like the stop motion in this one. I just feel like overall it's like the total package.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, I think that it's one that I definitely would say that people should definitely check out. In fact, I actually introduced this to Aaron last year. He had never watched it before because apparently they don't air this in the UK, and he loved it. Yeah, so I don't really have too much to say about it. I've already discussed in depth about my love for this special. I did a podcast of it many years ago. I talked about it in my top 5 favorite Rankin Bass Christmas specials. So if any of you guys are new to this channel, then please check it out. So yeah, let's rank them. So how would we watch this movie? Every year, every few years, or once and never again?
For me, I think I can get away with I was thinking between 1 and 3 years. I can sometimes when I'm maybe feeling really, really Christmassy or really, really in the mood for a lot of Christmas specials, I would probably see that every year. But sometimes, your taste or your moods shift every year. I think for Christmas, sometimes we're more excited or less excited about Christmas. So on those times, this would be maybe one I would forgo. So I would say I would probably watch this between every year, from one every year to every 3 years, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. I would watch it every year. This is something that I have to watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is essential that this is out of all the Christmas specials, this is one that I have to tune into. Just when it's towards Christmas or maybe around close to Christmas.
Okay.
And let's rank it, shall we? So how many Santas?
Tricky. I think I would give it 3.5 Santas.
I would give it 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would give it 3.5. I like it. But to be honest, I think I like Rudolph's better.
Okay, that's fine.
Even though it just seems sillier,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I like Rudolph better.
Yeah, I think Rudolph was my number 4 in my top 5 favorite Rankin Bass specials. But yeah, Rudolph is a really good one too. I really did enjoy that one. But I personally think that Rudolph, because this was their very first Rankin Bass Christmas special, I felt in terms of the stop motion, it just wasn't there yet. And in terms of the storytelling.
I gotcha. I see what you're saying.
But no, I mean, you're in the majority. Everybody says that Rudolph is the best Rankin Bass Christmas special. But this one is pretty close, but in my personal opinion, I think it's the best one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right, then. So that is it for our discussion of The Year Without a Santa Claus. So once again, I would like to thank our listener. I'm just going to read off the name one more time. Home 9 Dog 2 Blue for recommending us to check out The Year Without a Santa Claus. If there are any other Christmas movies or specials that you want us to tune into, even if we don't get to it, please let us know in the comments below.
And let us know what you guys think. Is Rudolph your favorite?
Yes.
Or is it this one? Or is there another one?
Yeah, is it maybe Frosty's your favorite? Maybe Jack Frost, or maybe the Little Drummer Boy. Let us know about what your favorite Rankin Bass Christmas special is. Let us know in the comments below about your thoughts on this one in particular. Did you like The Year Without a Santa Claus? Did you not like it that much? How would you rate it? Would you see it every year, every few years, or once and never again? That should be it, everyone. So thank you so much. Hope to see you next time for another discussion of a Christmas movie or special. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Gaze upon the sky, Christmas on my mind, somewhere from a place up high above. There